I finally know what this channel is all about. And it's taken about 6 months of making videos to figure this out. I've been making videos about filmmaking. I've spoken about running my company, spoken about AI, relationships, my parents. Every few weeks, I would just come back to the same question. What the hell is this channel really about? What's my niche? What am I supposed to talk about? So if you've been watching this channel for a while, you've seen and heard different aspects of my story. And I was this really shy, introverted kid who somehow ended up working in a call center, then Microsoft. I moved to Bangalore for that. I got married. I left Microsoft. I started a video production company. And now I've somehow spent 10 years making films for other companies. When I put that all together, it actually sounds pretty cool, right? Like a neat, well-tied story. Far, far from it. After all this, I'm still asking the same question. Who am I? That kind of reminded me of the Jackie Chan movie, Who Am I? Must watch. So learning from my parents, my friends, and how they navigated their lives, and hearing about their own perspectives, I'm honestly left with more questions than answers. All throughout my life, there are actual things that I've done which I'm not proud of. When I was a kid, I used to steal money from my parents. I remember once stealing money because I wanted to go to an ice cream shop. I even cut a deal with the guy at the ice cream shop who would open at 7 a.m. so I could pretend to go to school and sit there having ice cream instead. I got caught. And somehow that didn't completely stop me. I remember stealing my friend's button compass box. Those push buttons and different parts of the compass box would open. I don't even remember why I stole it. I got caught doing that as well. And obviously these are stupid things you do as a kid. But as I got older, this dishonesty became a little bit more complicated. I told everyone that I was really good with computers. So obviously I should do computer engineering. Except I was miserable at it. I didn't understand head or tail of the code or even the engineering behind the computers. My parents spent a lot of money trying to get me into the better known colleges. I couldn't stand it and I dropped out after a few years. Eventually, I went back to finish it just because I wanted the degree, just for love. Yeah, I thought I understood love. I thought I knew what it meant being in a relationship. I got married and eventually that failed too. That was probably one of the biggest wake-up calls of my life, because now my lack of understanding myself wasn't just affecting me, somebody else had to suffer for it. And that was very difficult to accept. I lost my friends as well. People who always considered me as this jovial, happy-go-lucky version of myself suddenly saw someone else. At some point after all that, I made one decision for myself. Wherever I am, whichever company I'm in, whoever I'm talking to, I want to be as honest a version of myself as I can possibly be. And I'm definitely not saying that I've mastered this version of myself. I'm still a work in progress. But that one decision, however tough, it was one of the best decisions I made. When I started When Out of Frame, I kept trying different things. As scattered all these things are, I am the one who's connecting all of it. Not because my life is particularly interesting, but because every one of those experiences makes me realize and confront something about myself. And that's the best part about making these videos. The name of this channel suddenly started making sense to me. So I've spent 10 years as a filmmaker. And one of the most basic things you do as a filmmaker is decide what goes inside the frame. You choose the camera position, you choose the lens, you choose the lighting, you even remove the ugly bits in the background, and that's how you set the frame. And I think I've been doing exactly the same thing with my entire life. Choosing what people get to see. The Microsoft guy, the filmmaker, the entrepreneur, the fun guy. That's the frame. But what about what's out of frame? Because everything that actually changed me happened outside of it. The lies, the mistakes, losing people, those failed relationships, my bad decisions, and those moments when I've suddenly realized, shit, maybe I was wrong. And that's what's out of frame. It's about looking into aspects of my life that deserve a second look. maybe for me to decode myself and for you to learn from my findings. And through the videos I can make on this channel, I can look backwards, look into the person I was, my thought processes, my decisions, and use those reflections to check whether the person I am today is moving in the right direction. That's my compass. And that's the reason why I don't need this channel to have any conventional niche. So what does this mean going forward? Yes, I'll probably still talk about filmmaking, I'll talk about NJM, I'll talk about movies that make me think differently. The topics can keep changing, but this lens won't. I have a limited amount of time here, so I might as well spend some of it trying to understand my life that I'm actually living, rather than constantly presenting a version of it that just makes sense to others and not myself. Maybe years from now, I just hope I can come back to these videos and see all the different versions of myself that existed along the way. The videos that make me proud, the ones that make me cringe, make me nostalgic, the ones where I'm super confused, or the ones that I'm actually onto something real. Because after spending 10 years deciding what belongs inside the frame for everyone else, maybe this is the one place where I can finally look at all those things which I've kept out of my frame. This is Nikhil, when out of frame.